Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
برنامه‌های ما شامل زبان‌های بسیاری است. از این وبسایت دیدن فرمایید suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Earthquakes trigger tsunamis and are among the world's most damaging and deadly disasters. Since 2000, earthquakes have caused 721,311 fatalities, more than 3 times the number caused by the second deadliest type of disaster, storms, which have resulted in 201,485 deaths. Extreme weather events in 2022 caused by climate change, Part 3 of 4. Continue watching to find out more.
Welcome to our show, Extreme Weather Events in 2022 Caused by Climate Change, Part 3 of 4. In Part 2 of this series, we examined major floods that have impacted people across the globe and how these severe events are causing Africa's alarming hunger and starvation crisis. On today's program, we will highlight 2022's major unpredictable catastrophic events, earthquakes. Unlike other disasters, such as hurricanes, floods, and tornadoes, where humans can predict their dates, times, locations, and magnitudes with varying degrees of reliability, no one can really predict when a major earthquake will occur. On their website, the United States Geological Survey, or USGS, states, "Neither the USGS nor any other scientists have ever predicted a major earthquake. We do not know how, and we do not expect to know how anytime in a foreseeable future." So, earthquakes come suddenly, and we don't know in advance to evacuate as we do with other types of disasters. Additionally, earthquakes trigger tsunamis and are among the most damaging and lethal disasters on the planet. Since 2000, earthquakes have caused 721,311 fatalities, more than 3 times those caused by the second deadliest disaster, storms, which have resulted in 201,485 deaths. This year, the small island of Formosa, or Taiwan, has been hit by 3 earthquakes, the first of which caused no major casualties, but the third, a 6.9 magnitude quake, shook much of Taiwan, killing 1 person, injuring 140, affecting hundreds, damaging buildings and water pipes, and leaving more than 7,000 households without power in Yuli Township. According to Taiwan's Education Ministry, 594 schools were damaged, and the cost of repairs and rebuilding will be more than $4 million. Sichuan Province, China, was also hit by a series of earthquakes this year. In June 2022, a magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck at a depth of 17 kilometers, damaging houses, killing at least 4 people, and injuring 4 others. Approximately 3 months later, a stronger 6.8 magnitude tremor devastated the same province, killing at least 93 and leading to the evacuation of 11,000 people. The quake also caused landslides as massive rocks crashed onto a road and damaged structures.
Sichuan lies along a major fault line. It is among China's most quake-prone regions. A magnitude 8.2 earthquake killed nearly 70,000 people in 2008. A 7.0 magnitude tremor in 2013 claimed 200 lives. The latest quake came as the province grapples with several challenges. Chengdu imposed a snap lockdown amid a growing COVID-19 outbreak. The region has also struggled through an unprecedented drought. A month of no rainfall has left farmlands dry.
Iranian state media reported that some 24 tremors, two with the magnitudes of 6.3 and 6.1, hit the village of Sayakash, near Iran's Gulf Coast in Hormozgan province. The series of tremors flattened the village, causing at least 5 deaths and 49 injuries. In the southwestern Pacific, a massive earthquake in Papua New Guinea killed 12 people and left 42 injured. Officials said the 7.6 magnitude tremor leveled hundreds of homes, split roads, and caused power outages across the country's rugged jungle-covered north. The most severely impacted communities were in remote areas of Morobe and Eastern Highlands provinces, making it extremely difficult for residents to get help and recover from the damage. This region has suffered from a recent drought, and the disaster made life even more challenging for the locals. In North America, a 7.6 magnitude earthquake struck the west coast of Mexico on September 19th, the anniversary of two previous massive tremors that shook the country years ago. The quake shattered windows, cracked walls, collapsed buildings, injured 9, and left 2 dead. In 1985, a magnitude 8.0 tremor struck near Mexico City, killing as many as 10,000 people. More than 20 years after that deadly event, the 2017 quake of magnitude 7.1 caused 370 deaths and heavy damage in the Mexican states of Puebla and Morelos. In addition, back-to-back disasters hit Afghanistan this year. After a prolonged drought, a devastating earthquake struck the country this summer.
Overnight, a 5.9 magnitude earthquake rocking Afghanistan's southeastern province. At least 1,000 people are dead, more than 1,600 are injured.
The worst quake in 2 decades destroyed at least 1,800 homes and displaced thousands. The most affected areas were the poorest and the most remote in the country, where many people still lived in mud homes that instantly collapsed when hit by the massive earthquake.
But the people of Afghanistan were struggling long before the earthquake. Severe drought and the collapse of the economy plagued the country with a high poverty rate and food shortages, a crisis that's gotten worse since the U.S. left and the Taliban took over.
There's a drought that's happening that's causing significant food insecurity for the people here in Afghanistan. Endemic and pandemic diseases that are affecting people's lives here. It is a long list of factors that are making life very difficult here for the Afghan people.
Then, about 2 months after the quake, came ferocious floods in August that claimed more than 200 lives and injured 250 Afghans. Global warming is causing an increase in the number and cost of unprecedented and extreme natural disasters. According to the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, 9 weather or climate-related disasters in the first half of 2022 each cost the United States at least $1 billion in damage. As of July 2022, the US passed the average number of annual weather-induced disasters with over 7.7 events from 1980 to 2021, causing $1 billion in damage. One reason for the upsurge in costly disasters is climate change-fueled wildfires and extreme drought. In 2022, many countries have been experiencing severe droughts. We see rivers, reservoirs, and lakes all around the world running dry, including the Yangtze River in China, the Rhine River in Germany, the River Po in Italy, the Loire River in France, the Danube River in Western Europe, the Tigris River in Iraq, the Parana River in South America, and the Colorado River, Lake Mead, and the Great Salt Lake in the United States. Most people depend on rivers and lakes to obtain drinking water, irrigate crops, and ship goods. So the drying reservoirs, rivers, and lakes are impacting people and wildlife around the world. Due to the lack of water, it will become increasingly hard to sustain life on Earth.
At first glance, this could almost be the surface of Mars, a barren landscape devoid of any life. But this isn't a distant planet. This is Lake Mead, America's largest reservoir, and it's quickly evaporating.
This is very high stakes poker we're playing here.
Rising temperatures are drying up the Colorado River, leaving the lake at only 27% capacity.
This circumstance is unusual, and we haven't seen this intense of a drought for at least 1,200 years. There are huge economic implications if the water supply starts to be shut off.
Low water levels won't just impact the environment and the millions of people who rely on it. It could prevent the Hoover Dam from generating electricity.
Monuments from the past warning us about our future.
These stones were discovered about 100 years ago, but then in the 1960s, this whole area was flooded to make way for a reservoir. When the water recedes, archaeologists are thrilled. Climate scientists, not so much. They say it's a warning about dangerously high temperatures.
Europe is in its worst drought in 500 years. France, Italy, Germany and the UK all issuing heat and drought warnings. Take a look in France, the greenery of August in Lyon last year compared to this. Farmers losing valuable land to drought and wildfires. Thousands losing lives and livelihoods, hitting crop harvests and driving up food prices. All across the continent, other discoveries show the scale of Europe's heatwave. This ancient bridge revealed in Italy, built for the Emperor Nero nearly 2,000 years ago. And perhaps the most ominous sign, what are called hunger stones from the River Elbe, carvings written to commemorate historic droughts. This one, carved in 1616, reads, "If you see me, weep."
Additionally, the situation could cause health hazard risks for people living around these bodies of water, as in the case of the Great Salt Lake.
Great Salt Lake, the largest saltwater lake in the Western Hemisphere and the 8th largest freestanding lake in the world. But what used to be a boater's paradise and a safe haven for wildlife is now a looming ecological disaster. Climatologists blaming unrelenting high temperatures and a record western drought made more severe by climate change for the lowest water level ever seen in Utah's Great Salt Lake. The lake now just 1/3 its usual size and shrinking weekly.
It's a little deceiving. This looks like a lot of water, but in fact, I'm standing in just a few inches of water. And under average lake conditions, I would be completely submerged and you wouldn't be able to see any of this land surrounding me. Instead, 2/3 of the lake bed has been exposed.
That's nearly 800 square miles exposed. That's larger than the Hawaiian island of Maui. And the once desert oasis now potentially an environmental disaster with national and global implications. And it's more than just dry land that concerns state officials. It's what's lurking in the dust. As a terminal lake, nothing flows out, including toxic particulates, both naturally occurring and from decades of mining in the area.
The Department of Natural Resources says that sequestered here in just a few inches of water are harmful particulates. So if this dries up and this wind kicks up, they will be airborne.
During a conference with our association members, Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, expressed her concern about the increase in disasters affecting our world.
The way we're going, if we don't change, we will destroy ourselves. We will. Through the hands of nature.
Right.
Yes. You can see there's flooding, unprecedented floods, or landslides, hurricanes, storms, and earthquakes everywhere.
Yes.
Yes, Master. There's not even one day that goes by when you look in the news that you don't see any disaster or some killing at random or war or famine everywhere.
Yes, Master.
That's right.
Not even one day that we have true peace on the planet.
True, Master.
Yes.
I mean, we all die one day, but we don't have to die this way.
That's right.
Yes, agreed. Yes.
Not agonizingly by pandemics or strange diseases, uncontrollable sicknesses, incurable diseases or disaster, war or famine, not like that.
Yes.
God did not intend to give birth to us so that we can die in such horrible ways. We make ourselves die in such horrible ways.
Yes, Master.
Yes,
That's true.
We cannot blame anything. We can't even blame the enemies. We attract them. We invite them into our world, into our lives. So we really destroy ourselves with our own ungodlike quality of daily activities and daily mishandling of each other and of other species, like the animal people and even the forest, the jungle, I mean nature itself. We destroy them, we destroy everything, and then of course we destroy ourselves, because that's the outcome of destruction. Even though some already changed into a more benevolent lifestyle, like choosing vegan, to reduce karma and reduce destruction for the planet, but not enough. Everyone has to change.
Yes.
And then the table will turn immediately.
We thank our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, for sharing her wisdom, and we hope that all human beings will soon listen and adopt the compassionate vegan lifestyle. We pray for the people around the world that have been impacted by disastrous events, and pray that the world's population soon turns to a benevolent way of life to end all suffering on earth.
All information concerning the scientific evidence of climate change and its solution is in Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, From Crisis to Peace, free for download at crisistopeace.org.